Welcome to another video on the VMD vendor. There might be a time when you want to add a split to one of your vendors. In other words, you want to share some of your profits with a vendor. And that's what we're going to talk about next. It's pretty easy to do. You just click on your vendor, and under the admin option, you're going to see add percentage. So you click that, and it asks for the UUID of the person you want to send a certain percentage of your lend-ins to. I happen to have Sean's profile up here where it says key. That is his UUID. We're going to copy that and paste it right in and click submit. We get another pop-up that asks for the percentage. I'm going to put in a 10 for 10%. And it's just that simple. He will now get a 10% split of all the sales off of this vendor. It is vendor unique, so he will only get a percentage of this milk crate vendor. He will not get a percentage of the water bucket vendor that's sitting next to it. Okay, so it's vendor unique. This is also how you add an admin to one of your vendors. For example, you might have an alt that you want to be able to access your vendor's menus, but not share any of your lend-ins with that alt. You will add them in the same way. If you don't want to share any of the lend-ins, then you put in a 0 for the percent that you wish to share. That person or your alt would then have administrator access to your vendor, but would not get any of the shares of the lend-ins. You can always check to see who is listed as a split on your vendors by going to admin, and you have a button that says list percent. If you click it, you won't be able to see that on the screen because it's going to the local chat. It will list your splits in local chat. You can also remove your splits from here. You have a REM percent button. You click that. It will list everyone that's a split and an admin on this vendor, and you just click the corresponding number to the name, and it removes them. It will remove them as a split and remove them as an admin. And it's just that easy to be able to share some things. Another thing you might like to do with your vendors is to empty them, to remove some of the contents for some reason. Maybe you no longer wish to sell those items, or maybe you need some of those items back to do some cooking that you have planned. That's also pretty easy to do. You click your vendor, you go to the admin menu, and you're going to see a dump button. When you click that, you have a couple options. Just as the pop-up menu says, if you click empty, it's going to send everything to you. So it would send all 20 of these water buckets to me, for example. If you only wanted partial, like you needed 10 of them, you could click partial. Then it would ask you to put in the quantity that you want, and then it would only send you that quantity. We're going to select empty. We're going to do everything. Once you make that selection, you have a couple of other options. You have a Me button, which means sends it to your avatar inventory. And you have a button that says Other. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and click Me for right now. And it starts sending those items to me. You can see on the screen that the objects are being sent, and there's a countdown up here that they're actually being sent. Because it's sending to an avatar, it's a slow process. Second Life has a lot of built-in security features. If it thinks an avatar is being spammed by too many objects, then it will actually stop that process. You could lose some items, so it is a slower process. A much faster process is to send the items to another prim, such as to a sorter or to a drop and go, and let that device then deal with whatever you're sending. So we'll use that next. I'm going to click this milk crate option right here. And again, we'll go to admin. We'll go to dump. We're going to send it all. So I'm going to click empty. This time I'm going to select other. And it asks for the UUID that I want to send the items to. We talked about that in another VMD vendor video not too long ago. So I'm going to click this sorter. I have a sorter resed here. It's actually owned by Sean. I'm going to click UUID. It puts the UUID in the local chat. I'm going to copy that, paste it right in here, click submit. And now all those 15 milk crates have gone to this sorter. It's just that quick, almost instant. If I click sort, you'll see the sorter actually sort those and update this milk crate container. So those are the two ways that you can remove items from a vendor. You can send them to yourself. You can send them to another item, such as a sorter or to a drop and go. Another thing that people ask about is how to actually move a vendor. In other words, your market is moving. For example, you're moving from one location to another. That's easy to do. The best way to do it is to take the vendor offline, and these are already offline, and then you can just right click, do a take, put it in your inventory, teleport to your new market's location, and go ahead and res them. And then click again and select finalize for your vendor. That puts your vendor back online. It might take a little bit of time for the website to update, but give it a little bit and the website will update with the location of your new vendor, the new vendor location. So again, it's just that easy. Take it offline, pick it up and move it, res it back out, go to finalized, put it back online, and you'll be in business. Deleting a vendor is something else that we like to caution people about. In Second Life, we get in the habit of right-clicking to edit things and moving them around, and then we also like to right-click things and we select that delete option and we delete it. We highly recommend you do not do that with your VMD vendors, and there's a couple of reasons for that. If you delete using the right-click and delete, Second Life will allow you to delete this item, this prim, this vendor, even if you have items in it. So nothing is protecting your items. Plus, this vendor will still be listed on the website for a little while until everything actually updates and they communicate with each other, and then you'll have a lost vendor. It'll be listed on your website, on the VMD website rather. Someone could teleport there and, hey, there's no vendor here. What's going on? A much better way to delete your vendors is to click on them to bring up the menu, go to admin, and use this delete vendor button. This does a couple of things for you. First of all, if there's items in the vendor, this button will not allow you to delete it, so it helps protect your items. The second thing it does is that by using this delete vendor button, the vendor first communicates with the website to delete the vendor off the website, and then it deletes the vendor from in-world. It also does not clutter up your inventory by going into the trash box of your inventory. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, there's the manuals that are online that cover all the different buttons and the functions from the different menus, and we also have some other videos in this series. Thank you and goodbye.